Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome into 2023. We did it. We survived another year. If you're new, welcome. If you have been subscribed for a while, welcome back. Let's just go ahead and jump into the charts. All right, so we're going to start off looking at a weekly time frame for the DXY, the US dollar currency. Zooming out just a little bit, you can see we had this really nice parabolic move up, kind of peaked back here in September of 2022, and it's pretty much been all downhill since. We haven't broken all our moving averages. We just broke the 200 at the end of November. And I had this green supply zone drawn out. This was kind of an important area for price action to hold. Now we are just below it. We have this little tiny baby green candle coming in here, but that doesn't even really count yet. So we are just below it, kind of riding this purple line, which is our 20-day moving average, kind of riding it lower. So what I would like to see from price action is, if price action was going to go lower, I would want to see it kind of stall and see some interaction with this 101 level, which I'll draw out right here. That would be where I would start looking for some kind of support to step in. Maybe we see some kind of bounce and move back up into the supply zone and break through a reject off. Either way it could go, but I would want to see a bounce off of this 101.62 level first. After that, we'll draw out another level here, right about there. That would be 99.19. Those would be the two levels I'm kind of looking at. Like I mentioned, this purple line is kind of forcing us lower, so it does look like we're about to start a big ol' sell-off here, kind of come down to this 101 level in very sharp fashion. So keep an eye on that, because as the DXY does fall here, as it moves lower, I am going to be expecting stocks and assets in general to kind of rise in price. So we're going to take a brief look at gold. And remember what I just said about the DXY. I really like this structure right here, right here. I really like it. Kind of setting some higher lows, riding this 20 moving average up instead of down, and looks like we are running into a lot of resistance at this 1826.3 level. So if we break out of that and kind of break out of this area right here, this line, I would expect, like I said, the DXY to fall, gold and other assets to move up, and that's what I would be looking for on the front of gold. We'll zoom in just kind of a little bit here, so you can see we came up, we came back down, we came up, we came back down, but it was a little bit higher. Came up, came back down, but it was a little bit higher. Came up, came back down, but it was a little bit higher again, and now we're back up kind of at the same area. Is this the time we break through? I don't know, but I would watch it. I would watch it closely. If you're a trader like myself, this could be very, very lucrative. So we'll go ahead and jump into our first index. We're going to start off on the Russell 2000, looking at some small cap stocks. If you've been around for a while, we've been stuck in this channel forever. Every week I come in here and I say, you guys, oh, still stuck in this channel, still stuck in this channel. We are still stuck in this channel. What I'm looking for right now, you can see we rejected off the 200 back in August, and kind of again this area gets a little bit messy, but this is a pretty clean rejection in mid-December, and since then we've just gone lower. You can see that our purple line has crossed our blue line. Our 20 moving average has gone through our 50 moving average, which is a bearish sentiment indicator. So we are kind of having some support at this 1734 level. You can see we bounced off it a couple times, wicked it right over here. So if price action breaks that, that to me would be a very strong signal to go short, ride it all the way back down to this 1655 level where the bottom of our channel is. And at that point, I would reevaluate whether or not we're going to bounce or continue moving lower. We will take a look at the NASDAQ 100. We have just come down to the bottom of our channel here, and we are, I'll zoom out a little bit so all you people can see, we are in this big old descending triangle. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, for 5 touches currently on this line. We have just come down to the bottom of our channel. Looks like we're bouncing off of it. We have this is a pretty long wick, a tail wick, I'll call it, on the end of this candle, which means that we came down pretty far and then moved all the way back up we haven't closed quite yet, but it is going to close fairly soon. But we do also have this purple line through the blue line, the 20 through the 50. So I would like to see price action move back up into probably this 327 level, and at that point I would kind of expect the purple, the 20 moving average, to have some sort of interaction with it. Either we go straight through it and start targeting this 50 moving average, or we get smacked back off and come back down. But either way, I would like to see the interaction somewhere around 337 or so. And let's go ahead and jump into the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones is one of my favorite indexes to trade currently. I really have a lot of fun with it. So if you don't trade the Dow, I strongly recommend that you start, because for me, it's a whole lot of fun. Now, we had this great move up. Like I said, very, very strong move. It was about 20% over a month. I think I measured it before, but it has since then cooled off a little bit. We are seeing a little bit of consolidation. It does appear that we're riding our 50 moving average back up into the screen supply zone. So I am expecting to see an interaction with our 20 moving average sometime this week. If we do get through it, I would expect us to reclaim the top of this average and kind of move back up to this line I've drawn here at 34,335. If we don't, if we get rejected off of our 20 moving average and break the blue line, the 50, I would expect it to come back down to the pink line, which is our 200 moving average. And if that fails, then this trend line down here, because the Dow Jones is also trapped in a gigantic descending triangle. So now that that's out of the way, now that we've looked at all of our beautiful indexes, this is, I'm sure, some of you's favorite part of the week. We're going to jump into my trade of the week. This week, I am looking at BioCryst Pharmaceuticals. The ticker symbol is BCRX. We are on the daily time frame, and we'll go ahead and draw some lines. Okay, so I've drawn a couple of lines here. You can see that this line here at about 1150 is acting as resistance, and we have this trend line here going in an upwards direction, which is acting as support, lifting price higher and higher and higher. So the trade idea is as follows. I am looking for a break of this resistance line, and then this is a big old fair value gap we got right here. It goes from 1150 all the way up to about 1330. If you want us to be real picky and catch the wick, then it would go all the way up to about 1350. What is the high on this candle? 1349. Close enough. Personally, I would stick with this 1330, 1336 is where I actually have the line drawn out, but just for, convenience purposes, we'll say 1330. So I am looking for a break of this resistance line and then a fill of this gap all the way back up to 1330. It's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward, but I like things that are simple and straightforward. So I think that gap fills are absolutely one of my very favorite trades to take. Whether it be an actual gap or a fair value gap, I think that both of them are just really solid. You have a really high probability of success, and so that's why it's featured on the trade of the week. So keep an eye on this, set your alerts on your charts. That's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love each and every one of you. You guys are the best. I got mad love, mad appreciation. Peace out, homies.